Thank you, Mr. Murphy. My name is Jayme and I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Mighty Mug. We're a small business based in Rahway, New Jersey. It's a great honor for me to address the committee. The mere fact that I'm able to speak before you and express my grievances is one of the many things that make our country so special. I'd like to tell you what led me here. Just last week, my company submitted an ITC filing in an effort to remove the hundreds of counterfeit Mighty Mugs listed across the major e-commerce platforms. During the course of our filing, counsel requested that I purchase all of the physical samples of counterfeit items. During my shopping spree, I came across several items listed for sale for under $6 with free shipping from China. This gave me great concern because I know that the product costs about $4 at factory cost. This led me to research and confirm that by utilizing the e-packet rate, this Chinese shipper was paying under $1 for the transport of the goods. This gave me great pause and, to be forward with you, great anger. For me, that same item, even to my neighbor via the USPS system, cost me $6.30. This meant that the Chinese shipper was being given an advantage so massive that they were able to offer the product and the shipping for less than just my shipping. As the weight of packages rise, the disparity gets even worse. For example, a 4.4 package, which cost my company between $15 and $20 to ship, will cost the Chinese shipper a max of $1.50 once it enters the U.S. How can anyone in this room or anyone on either side of the aisle say that this is fair or American at its core? Over the past 2 months, I've done nothing but research UPU rates and the e-packet rates, and I've connected with over 100 other small businesses, none of which knew anything on the topic. Based on my research, I would like to raise several issues. The UPU rate has become a loophole, massively exploited to the benefit of Chinese businesses and to the direct detriment of U.S. businesses and U.S. taxpayers. Since the USPS is moving these goods at a loss, the burden to cover these losses appears to be passed on to the American taxpayer, as well as the U.S. shippers in the form of rate hikes or inflated rates. If the government agrees to subsidize volume for USPS shipments, why not subsidize our rates, U.S. businesses? My question is, since the UPU rate was created before the advent of the internet and e-commerce, what is holding back the U.S. and the UPU from separating out e-commerce shipments from the rest of the mail? In researching the e-packet, I've come to the realization that there is a need for a swift, immediate need to revoke the e-packet rate, which is a separate agreement outside of the UPU, negotiated by a trilateral agreement by eBay China, USPS, and China Post. The e-packet rate, which allows Chinese shippers sending U.S.-bound goods to arrive in as few as 8 days, travels by air, which is the most expensive form of transport, for pennies on the dollars for what domestic shippers like myself are paying. I believe the e-packet agreement is the most un-American agreement ever negotiated by a U.S. agency, and I plan to work diligently until it is removed. During what I can only classify as a research hole, I came across the customs issue. When U.S. businesses like mine import goods, we do so with a customs duty applied to our goods. Chinese shippers utilizing both the UPU rate and the e-packet are paying 0% customs duty. My duty rate is 3%. A good friend of mine is 7%, which is equivalent to the New Jersey state sales tax. Some people are paying upwards of 20%. To give Chinese shipped U.S.-bound goods a 0% customs duty rate is incredibly unfair. Another major issue I would like to bring to the attention of the committee is the fact that most of the Chinese goods being sold through sites such as eBay, AliExpress, Wish, and others are being misclassified as gifts. For our ITC filing, I purchased almost 20 infringing items, all arrived denoted to me as gifts, which is a clear violation of U.S. customs law, punishable by fines and imprisonment. It is my belief that the U.S. should mandate that these platforms implement correct classifications or be held financially accountable for those misclassifications. After I found out about the e-packet rate, I thought, oh wow, I didn't know about this special secret rate. So my team and I went out and got a whole bunch of orders from Chinese consumers. But when I brought those packages to the post office, I found out that for what the Chinese shipper pays $1, my rate was $62.50. They get to ship it in for $1. I get to ship it out for $62.50. This is both a comedy and a tragedy, something that makes you laugh because of its ridiculous nature, but one that makes you cry because of its unfairness. This enormous disparity allows Chinese shippers to pour into the U.S. but prohibits domestic businesses like mine from gaining any market share. How many people do you know that would pay $62.50 to ship a $20 item? Lastly, I would like to close with one comment. What kind of message does the UPU rate and e-packet send to entrepreneurial people like myself who want to build big businesses here in the U.S.? By giving such a message advantage to China, I look at the policies and say, I can be making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars extra each year if I simply shift all of my e-commerce logistics business to China. When I did the math, I can take all of my inventory, which I already imported from China, pack it on a container, ship it back to China, and then have it fly by the e-packet or the UPU rate traveling 24,300 miles, which is the circumference of the Earth. It is still cheaper than if I wanted to ship it 34 steps to my neighbor. In closing, I kindly request that the e-packet agreement is made public or that a member of the State Department direct me to where it is publicly accessible. I really sincerely appreciate everyone's time here. I'm sorry if I'm so fired up about this, and thank you for your time.
Those are all, the UPU doesn't determine his